They want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. This music don't work out. I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't trying to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shopping. Can't trust them cause they not my cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
He is going to find Hill here. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Winston. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. Touchdown, Saints. Jarvis Landry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 18. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Trubisky. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Harris running straight ahead. He'll get this to about the 38. The Steelers at 3-5, 2 games under 500, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Trubisky to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Trubisky on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 54 yards. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far. But you've got to figure, when you're down a bunch, why not take some big shots? And they connect on that one.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On second and goal, Trubisky, and in for the Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin with his first career NFL touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Jameis now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montravius Adams able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Winston now from the 50. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Touchdown! Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Saints 28, Steelers 7. Will Lutz will kick off 41.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Trubisky will throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot, and they'll separate the receiver from the ball.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Play action. It's Trubisky. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, New Orleans.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They'll throw again. Winston. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Winston. going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Lutz with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And meanwhile, Winston's throw taken in by Landry.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Working out of the gun, Winston.
This one taken in by Olave. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I think it. Made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Okay, ready?
Going for it on fourth down. Here's Pickett. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on fourth down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 36. To the air on first down with Pickett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. There was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. Winston now. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Steelers 7. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. First and 10, here's Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
14 more yards.
On first and 10, it's Pickett. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On second and 11 now. Winston to the right side and complete to Thomas.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Winston now to throw on first down. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Jameis again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On third down, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Pickett now on first down. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Pickett will look to throw it here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Now Winston. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Third and goal, Winston. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounding, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On 2nd and 10, Pickett. He'll let it fly for Austin. Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Winston. The pass caught by Olave. And he'll be brought down at the 27. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A 10th carry for Kamara. Powers through him, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll manage only a couple here up to about the 27. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a counter, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Pickett to throw on 1st down. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. They're looking to throw this. Winston. And Thomas has it. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they're going option play on third down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for New Orleans, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.